Did you see that coming? No, seriously, did you? Because if you did, you might just be the next Nostradamus of football. You might possess an uncanny ability to predict outcomes that defy expectations. This match was a prime example of how the unpredictable nature of football can leave fans and pundits alike utterly astounded. It was Liverpool, the unstoppable force, the unyielding tower of strength in English football, meeting an unlikely fate. Their adversaries, Atalanta, were not considered formidable enough to overcome the might of the Reds. The quarter-final first leg at the iconic Anfield was supposed to be a cakewalk for Liverpool. Yet they stunningly stumbled, falling to a 3-0 defeat. The game was a whirlwind of missed opportunities and unexpected victories. It was a plot twist that even George R.R. Martin would have found hard to write. The match was like watching a cat trying to play piano. An absurd spectacle filled with unexpected moments and erratic movements that left the audience on the edges of their seats. This was not ordinary. Football, a game typically so familiar, had been turned its head. And yet it was entertaining in its own peculiar way. It was the kind of entertainment that keeps you hooked because you can't quite predict what will happen next. The energy on the field was electric. Atalanta, a team traditionally not on par with Liverpool, entered the field with a fierce determination that was palpable from the stands. Their game was fast-paced, powerful, and unrelenting. It was like watching a kangaroo on a caffeine high, taking over the pitch. The Italians had a spark that refused to be extinguished. Liverpool, on the other hand, seemed to be a shadow of the team they were during the group stages. Their defense was disoriented, unable to keep up with Atalanta's relentless attack. It was as though they were playing a game of Where's Waldo, constantly searching but finding. Their usual fluidity seemed disrupted, their synchrony shattered. Time rolled on, but the situation on the field remained the same. Atalanta continued to charge forward. Liverpool continued to falter. It was a surprise to all, a twist in the tale that no one anticipated. Despite Liverpool's strong group stage performance, Atalanta came out swinging like a caffeinated kangaroo, dominating the field and making Liverpool's defense look like they were playing a game of Where's Waldo. Liverpool's individual mistakes were as conspicuous as a peacock in a penguin parade. This was not the usual game we were accustomed to from the Reds. Their blunders were glaring, turning a usually well-coordinated group into a clumsy ensemble. Among them, Virgil van Dijk, the usually unflappable and formidable Dutchman, who is the of Liverpool's defense, seemed particularly crestfallen. His disappointment was palpable in every word he uttered. He harbored no illusions, acknowledging the lackluster performance of the team. In his ensuing comments, he stressed the magnitude of the situation and the urgency for a swift turnaround. He believed that the team needed to respond with the same urgency and agility that a cat exhibits a hot tin roof ready to spring into action. The stakes were high and time was of the essence. A quick reaction was needed more than ever, as in their current state, they risked losing more than just matches. Liverpool's individual mistakes were as conspicuous as a peacock in a penguin parade. He emphasized the need for a quick reaction, like a cat on a hot tin roof, ready to spring into action. Now, we all know that the manager's role is as important as the goalkeeper's gloves. It's an undervalued role that often remains shrouded in mystery, overshadowed by the excitement of the game. It's not just about managing the team or making strategic decisions. It's much more than that. The game of football, as we know it today, evolved with managers like Klopp, who dared to challenge the conventions, who dared to shift the paradigm. However, in this match, Klopp's tactical changes seemed to lack the usual spark. They felt unstructured, almost as if he was trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. The effectiveness was akin to a chocolate teapot, promising on the surface, but it melted under the slightest pressure. The Reds seemed lost, like a rudderless ship in a stormy sea. The team's performance reflected a lack of strategy, leaving fans frustrated and disappointed. The question that remains now is, how will the Reds recover? The journey forward is not easy, but it's not impossible either. They need to go back to the drawing board, analyze their mistakes, learn from them, and make a robust comeback strategy. They need to regroup, rethink, and recharge, faster than a smartphone with a low battery. Liverpool's focus now shifts to their upcoming Premier League match against Crystal Palace. It's an abrupt transition, similar to stepping out of a grueling boxing match and onto the polished squares of a chessboard. In football, much like in boxing, the players have to be agile, strong, and quick. They must be ready to sweat, hustle, fight, and put their bodies on the line. They've just been through such a contest, akin to going to toe in the ring with the legendary Mike Tyson. But now, it's a different game. This upcoming match requires the cold precision, sharp mind, and strategic maneuvers of a chess game. The players now must change their mindset, adapt their gameplay, and flex their tactical muscles. The new opposition is no less challenging, akin to engaging in a battle of wits with world champion Magnus Carlsen. Different game, tactics, but the objective remains the same: the insatiable need for a triumphant win. That's what they're aiming for. That's what they're working towards. The team, the fans, the city, all are united in this singular pursuit. Different game, different strategy, but the same need for a win. In the end, football, like life, is full of surprises. It's a turbulent ride of emotional highs and lows, packed with unexpected twists and turns. Just when you think you have it all figured out, the game throws you a curveball, forcing you to reconsider your strategies and adjust your expectations. The unpredictability of mirrors the capriciousness of life itself. There's an old saying that explains this roller coaster ride quite aptly. One day you're the pigeon, the next day you're the statue. This encapsulates the essence of football and life too, where fortunes can change in the blink of an eye. Today, you could be flying high, relishing the sweet taste, success. And tomorrow, you could be brought down to earth with the bitter taste of defeat. This time, Liverpool found themselves playing the role of the statue. They were the ones who had to bear the brunt of a sudden reversal of fortunes. They faced a setback that seemed insurmountable at the moment, a defeat that left them questioning their strategies and their abilities. They felt the sting of defeat, the weight of expectations, the harsh reality of the game. But remember, it's not about how you fall, it's about how you get back up. Life, like football, is about resilience. It's about the strength of your spirit, your ability to weather the storm, and your determination to rise from the ashes. Both football and life are about turning your setbacks into comebacks. about learning from your mistakes, and about never giving up no matter how hard the journey gets. So, in summary, Liverpool's performance was as shocking as finding out that your favorite chocolate bar has been discontinued. The Reds faced a staggering defeat against Atalanta. The match was a roller coaster of emotions left fans on edge. The 3-0 result was most unexpected, the equivalent of a snowstorm in the Sahara. However, it is crucial to remember that in such unpredictable outcomes are part of the thrill. But fear not, Liverpool fans, resilience is part of your DNA. As the sun rises again, there's renewed hope for a favourable outcome in the next. Until that time, continue to wear your scarves with pride and let your hopes soar. Your unwavering faith is the wind beneath the Reds' wings. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe.